Welcome in. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. It's great to have you here. Let's join that, subscribe, and jump into the chat room and let me know where you're visiting from. We're just getting the last little bit of that set up here and making sure I've got access to everyone where I can see everything, giving everyone a chance to come into the room. There we go. I'll jump your pop out here so I can see your comments. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you can jump into the chat room. Let me know where you're visiting from. We'll make sure you stick around because we probably will go into some direct personal questions over time at the end. So it's always worth sticking around to the end of the broadcast, the end of the stream. Pop out. There we go. There. Now I'll be able to. Perfect. Okay. Let's get started. Welcome into the room. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. It's great to have you here. We're going to do a general reading for any time if this finds you. Take what resonates, leave the rest. It's just a general open tribe reading and welcoming downloads from Divine, calling Archangel Michael around us for protection, calling all saints for good intentions. We've got good intentions coming in from a novice protector. They don't feel strong enough, or they might have feelings about not being enough, not wanting to have to start again, or not able to start again. They're okay. Let's see what's going on here. So welcome into the channel. If you're interested in supporting the channel financially, you can make your financial contributions through Venmo at Angel Radio Tarot. I'm only on YouTube, folks, so don't look for me on any other platform, and certainly don't think that you're supporting me by sending your money through any other platform right now but YouTube. That may change later, some far on future date, but until this channel matures. And what's the next way we can get the channel to mature so we can do coffee and super chats here directly from YouTube? It's the number of hours that the channel is played. So if you have another device somewhere, set it up, let the channel binge play, hit play mix, or just play a whole selection. Let the channel play in the background while you're doing your chores, and let what resonates come up to the surface for you and leave the rest. And then come back later, hit that notification bell, come back and watch old or dated readings so you can calibrate your intuition with new knowledge that you have about how shit's unfolded since then and what it looks like on the spiritual plane whenever you're trying to get messages to you. Okay, so it's time to get out of a crossroads deal, or someone's bringing a crossroads deal to someone here in the tribe. It's a seer here. They've brought you some kind of, you definitely need to step away from whatever this offer is. Someone is trying to take advantage of the fact that you were a seer, and they're causing, like, they're trying to push you into having to make an either or. It's a crossroads deal. Someone is a drum, and I don't get that this is someone came to you with an offer of something, and you're like, oh, I'm not dumb enough to take that deal. No, they're pressuring you in other areas of your life that tries to move you into having to make decisions about other things to accommodate stressors that to you may seem random, but this person is orchestrating. So you have someone actively maneuvering you. Being groomed is the vibe. Some grooming. Where's that one coming from? Yeah, there's some grooming happening. And this between adults, this is creepy business. Between adults, it's just creepy business. Let's find out from our intuitive deck. Yeah, the contest is to see who can block your intuitive insight. And in the seer realm, who can get you to step away from your third eye awakening? Oh, geez. Okay, so while this is all in black and white up here on the top row, this is the seduction, the dream, the thin layup, the cheap, it's like a cheap suit. It's just in black and white. There's no, it's pixelated. There's not a lot of, they didn't even bother to render color into it. They just slapped up a whole kind of cheesy presentation and threw it at, why would they come at you with, why wouldn't they come at you with your A game? They're trying to test your capacity. They're testing your ability here. If you're a seer right now, yeah, silent whisper, don't be talking about what you know right now. Don't be talking about what you are seeing the enemy do around you. If you got somebody that's doing some crazy business here, eyes open, mouth shut, ears on. Play dumb. That's what it is. That's why that it's up in the middle too. This is how you're going to observe from a slightly, it's like you're in a lifeguard chair. Oh my God, the visual on that. This is what it is to become aware or to maintain present awareness. Like you're meditating, like the whole Buddhist staying present, staying aware, staying in that constant, like being present with the breath and all the exercises that make you be in this moment and being here now. This is the download here. It is being at a cocktail party. And if you're the tallest guy in the room, you know what I'm talking about. The party happens down here while you are up here in this kind of weird little cloudless area. Like you're in a part of the stratosphere. No one looks up. No one participates in, even from people from far away that might be looking directly at you from that plane, are going to be so far away that you can't engage them anyway. So if you're a person who is over 6 foot, while everybody says it's attractive, it's lonely up there. But if you ever have the opportunity, I spent a Halloween on a lark wanting to be in parallel with some of my very, very tall friends. And I turned, I wore a set of stilts to the party and was easily right up there at 6'4", 6'5". This was a pair of homemade stilts, not a pair of heels. And the party, I didn't know that that's what that was like. It's like you're just the fly on the wall. You're literally like just a camera up there with a microphone that nobody knows is on. So this crossroads deal is something about protection through intuition, trying to get you to not observe. And the time to step out here, and it's the only card that's up right here, your role here is to be the mirror of truth. And you don't have to do anything. It's just you existing in this bald honesty. Thank you for the hearts. It's that you just enter the room with this bald honesty. You're not gullible. You're not stupid. You have perfect analytic skills. They're spot on. But you seem to always approach it with a sense of giving people the opportunity to be at their best. And people read that as an openness, that they can just reach in and bitch slap you in the most intimate way. Like they think they're going to reach into your mind, into the most vulnerable parts of you, and be able to slash at you like a cat. There's just this, that is how naive they are about you. So many times we get our revelation about what's happening around us as seers. And this Palm Sunday, I spend the day listening to my intuitive sisters, and so much of the reading today has been to and from seers on this Palm Sunday. So being the mirror of truth doesn't require anything of you. It is your natural state. You are so transparent. It's not like, it is exactly light. When refracted, you get color, but when light is in its whole form, it's transparent. You may even be getting into some feels with this remoteness, this detachment that you're having. This might be for some of you the first time you realize that people can be in the same room with you and still manage to be completely detached. You've got a guardian angel here over on the side that's just watching over you. I was going to suggest the next time you get a chance to go to some costume or some get up or some fun party, something, wear a pair of stilts and get yourself over 6 foot and see what our tall boys are having to put up with. And that would affect the psyche of a young man. Oh my goodness. My goodness. We're reaching into some compassion about this contest over intuitive insight. I think we've got some tall boys that have been isolated for too long up there. The air's kind of thin. Starting to take on some crossroads thinking. There's a little bit of vengeance creeping in. Loneliness can do that to you. So divine enlightenment here was on its side on the floor. Undecided and down for the count. There's this is what's at stake here. And it without some kind of huge climax, we're getting very near it. And this person, this isolated person, this person that feels unseen and unwanted, I'm getting download now. I'm getting blocked from my intuitive flow here. They're standing there going, "Oh, oh, oh, tell them about the thing." No, you tell them about the thing. Use your words, whoever this is. Whoever this is that's struggling to be seen. Come in and use your words. Oh, let's see. One more layout for these other 3 positions. 3 more cards, Divine, please. We want to understand what this person is struggling with. Because we're coming in with this guardian angel energy on top of this contest. And this trust your gut right up the middle here is just someone's being really controlling. I'm getting really anal retentive. They're trying to control the outcome so hard. This person, they can't get you to do this crossroads deal. They feel you slipping away from their, just like you're just not jumping on board. Divine timing. They think they're dwelling in, I almost had her. I could have had her if I could still win this. Seer, they're still trying to, they're overcompensating and then guessing how to make this happen. Oh, crap. balance and harmony in the crossroads deal. They're still trying to pull some. What we're getting is the scales on it. Okay, can you see that real good? It's the scales. It's weighing in some kind of deal here, right on top of the crossroads. And then the clarity through stillness. Remember that we're going to put this on top of. It's time to step out, and the mirror of truth here. This is where you're getting confirmation that you're in the right direction here, and this is where you're going to need to it's where you find yourself when you feel like this is a conflict, but there is no conflict because you don't have to do anything and they can't push you. So just continue sitting still. The only conflict you're having right now is one of emotional attachment. You did not know this person. You thought you were having a relationship with a different person. You didn't know that they were capable of this. It's unattractive. It's their last ditch in this, of course, is to try to bring you on board to hustle somebody else with them. Well, if they can't hustle you, then maybe they can get your help. You must be tough enough. Ah, oh, gee whiz. The hangman energy. No. I don't know. Are you looking for a change? Let's get this hangman energy here. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. It's wonderful to have you here. Hit subscribe so you can join the chat room and stick around for the end of every stream for a few moments for questions. A few moments. I don't know what that was about. A few moments. Something, so there's a change coming in for something about how somebody is going to be doing business with you. Let's see here. Double tap that screen for the like and hit that share button. Oh, look at that, ending in celebration and somebody go to jail. Oh! So this hangman energy here. The big change coming in here. Big change coming. All right. Now, whether or not it's going to be, you're going to go into some kind of dark business. And it's, God, look at what it pushed right up on top of here. The reminder of what it's going to draw from you. Because this is a freaking crossroads deal. Let us not forget, we are not taking this deal. Oh, it is seductive. Whoa, it is going to be some golden handcuffs. There's going to be some, like, very heavy moral manipulation here. Some temptation here. The manipulation. I'm holding it right here in my card. Oh, my gosh. The ambition is what they're going to be drawing on, but it's going to be a very, very dark place. A big death here. They want you to celebrate this kind of greediness about this. They want you to be caught up, swept up in a fervor and some kind of grasping. Like, even what I'm getting is friends who are taking on a kind of vigilante sort of moonlighting as superheroes kind of thing. Like, they've got some moral justice thing they're on to, and they really want you to come along because it would amplify them more than what they can pull off by themselves. Some kind of moral heist. And it's going to change everything. If you take this, God, this is so on the nose. You guys, read a fucking file, Neil, okay? Not your girl. I'm not your girl. This is gift. It's so freaking, it's camp. It's so camp. These people have zero imagination. They think you have zero imagination. Oh my gosh. When you feel yourself being drawn into some extraordinary circumstance, remember how every bit of Hollywood has been grooming you for this moment. And what I heard in my head, and it tried to make me forget it so I didn't laugh at it. If you choose to accept this mission, this message will self-destruct. It's a stupid get smart shit is what it is. It's not no super FBI Bond villain shit. It's get smart. Oh, the card here that tries to interpret for you, these learning cards, sometimes they're off from what I interpret from right away directly. This is avoiding conflict. But for me, when the five of, what is it? The seven, yeah, it's the Five of Wands. This is hijinks and jackassery. This on its head is somebody's going to jail. Somebody's po-po couldn't bail them out. Ooh, somebody's got somebody in the po-po. They thought they were going to get bailed out. Maybe an informant. No, and that's what that energy was. Like, if you should accept this mission, know that you will. It's all black book stuff. It's all black book stuff. Because none of that shit's real. It's all just a bunch of people running around cosplaying with you know, too much time on their hands and too much freaking app access to some kind of, everybody wants to fucking play like they've got this huge destiny because they can't accept the idea that the vast majority of the history of humanity has passed into oblivion. When the zombies come, you're not going to be the dude standing on the roof of the Camaro. You're going to be 3 layers back on the ground going, ugh, drooling, wanting to eat brains. You're not going to be the hero. Most of you will not be the hero here. You're just ordinary people having ordinary lives and enjoying your ordinary peace. That's not a bad thing. Okay. Something about the opposite of God form. What's going on here? We'll split off into, yeah, Dylan used, in the great words of Dylan, don't go looking for trouble, it'll find you. There's nothing wrong with a quiet life. We've kept this other reading up here because this first read, because it's kind of tying in. We're getting back into that other deck. We'll pull the somnambulist for you. Yeah, I'm going to be breaking these videos up into shorter readings. So I am CC with Angel Radio Tarot. It's great to have you here. The somnambulist is excited for us today. What's going on here? We're reading from the Sleepwalker Astral Projection deck. Let's go on. Oh, Spirit is saying it's time for somebody to get back to work. They don't freaking work here, man. But it's the opposite of take a beat. Like, you may have had some kind of downtime in the spirit necessity. Like, Spirit hasn't been demanding any changes from you to stay aligned. But we are getting some separation from you know, formal, like maybe you're just, it's not even about monotheistic church God here. It's about formal religious training, or your formal communal, your spiritual structure. Like, you may be, it may seem like you're jumping ship on a method of spirituality that you've been using. In the something about in the next 30 days, my stuttering's coming up. Yeah, there's a shimra here. You're going to be feeling some duplicity in the next 30 days. And there it is, a break from the family community. What's behind this here is there's something pushing this to happen from the outside. It's you're going to elevate. I love you guys. This is, I'm just tickled because I know who I'm talking about. I know who you are. I see you. I see you because you're right there. You're right there. You're talking to me about it too. You know who you are. Game sees game. They're going to be vanquished here. There's a big period here that is going to be pushed for you. And it's not in Gemini energy. It's in this kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. The transition period is almost done. Yeah, it's a longer period, over 90 days. I'm not saying this 90-day period starts here, but you're starting a 30-day phase of a 90-day cycle. I'm holding this over here about this in these streets because I'm getting less about in these streets and more about this clandestine pusher energy. And I kind of want to keep an eye on this thing over here. I feel like that's going to be the boss level. There's something about a big loss here. The travail. No, if this boss level was going to win, they would say, oh, they have travailed. But no, if we took the win, it would be vanquish. So I'm getting this. I'm going to lock it in. I'm going to lock it in. I'm manifesting. I am actively blocking with the power of Archangel Michael, with the power of Saint Benedict to protect me from wicked intentions and evil, to ward me against evil. I am blocking. I'm not going to rebuke. I'm going to lock it. Something about short hair and holding your breath. Somebody's got this. We've got this entity. Okay, this is an active entity. What's going on behind us? A dark Pisces energy is cooperating with your op. Oh. Weird. Wild. So I couldn't decide because it came up heavenly angel, and I'm like, your op is working both angles. And I pulled it again. Who's the op? Somebody disguised as an earth angel, and it's your Pisces. Your Pisces is a double agent. We need to be careful that we're not exposing them right now. Yeah, we could cause their end. Something about, yeah, definitely. There is a big, oh yeah. I need to quit. I need to quit because I'm telling somebody's business. I'm telling somebody's business here, and it's going to get me hung up with a Scorpio. I'm going to get in trouble with a Scorpio here. All right, I'll back off of that. Thank you for sending that message. That is friendlier. That is a friendlier way to do that. We don't need to go busting down my front door, sending freaking laser beams through my bedroom walls while I'm trying to sleep. Hot damn. Okay, so now we can release this other energy up here. That's what we're trying to get to. Think I don't know. Don't play me. Playing up in my face. Oh, shake weight. Don't play me. Don't play me. Even a blind seer can tell when they've been bitch slapped. Just slam the door in their face. I'll fucking teach you. I don't know what happened to the last guy that tried to look at me and do that shit. I didn't stick around long enough to know. How you doing, Guppy? Bet you're losing your hair, aren't you? Somebody that tried to cross you is going through a big vanity failure phase. And it has nothing to do with age. It might be tied with age, but it is they are tying it with age, but it's about their vanity. They're still trying to have this endless summer, this round the world kind of thing, or they might be holding the whole world on their shoulders. The victim mentality. What? How was that? How did I pick that up? Thank you. There's a release from kind of a slavery, or they are trying to slip out of some kind of obligation. They're trying to avoid dealing with this vanity loss. Oh yeah, they're no, they're growing their hair out, though it's thinning quickly. Somebody with very, very long hair, but it's very, very thin on top. And I'm getting like dude over 60 with a freaking ponytail from the back. No. Because if it was the other way, it would be Pollard is being pruned to the trunk. And no, it's being left to grow out and get unkempt. So I'm getting some kind of like a failure in midlife hygiene. Down in front, somebody down in front, maybe they're growing a big beard and they're ruminating about an ex. They're not getting anything back from you. No messages, nothing's talking. And now they've got long hair in the root chakra. Ew. What is that? Because it's the not the root chakra. It's the opposite of root chakra here. It has been overgrown or left unkempt or left unattended. That might be because their root chakra is upside down. This is somebody that is like they're drinking too much to try to not feel their feelings. Yeah, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to. They're not getting any communication, and it's driving them down into their root chakra, head first almost. Because both of these just start going downhill fast. All of this was this direction, and now it's just there's kind of a head first dive down the channel of the chakra flow, down in front, and an X has your name in his mouth. So maybe they are. That's the truth of it right there. They're losing control. And you need to be down in front. Your ex, who's going through this phase of vanity, who is like, I should have grabbed onto something that when I could and had the chance. That's what it was. And they're afraid they're going to, I'm getting not, instead of long hair, I'm getting just like unkempt, overgrown, like someone that is much older and like, not much older, but someone on stranded on a desert island, and they find them 40 years later, and it's a man with his hair down to his butt. And there's something about this not ever hearing from you again and not ever being able to tell you something. They can't get a message across to you. They're not allowed to talk to you anymore. And they're afraid that it's going to be like that until they become a withered old man or something like that. They're going to have to take it to their grave or something. And yeah, it's got them down in front. So there, you might have an ex. If you're much older, or if you're midlife, I'm guessing here, or somebody that you've had, you're well into adulthood here. They are having some kind of ego death or a last chance lost kind of. They're having this attachment being taken from them instead of giving it up. They're watching their last chance. Oh, somebody with blue eyes. And welcome back. It's going to be okay. So if you have blue eyes, you're come back out of that negative energy. You might have blue eyes. I think you've got blue eyes. And then take a beat here, or which way is it in? Take a beat. No, we're not taking a beat. It's the backward, backed up into this pruning and this forced release from attachment. That's what it was. Somebody that you've been attached to is being cut off by a third party. They are being told hands off. And if you have blue eyes, this is you. Like this is you that's being protected. So there's definitely some protection going on. Let's get into another read here. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. It's wonderful to have everyone here. The channel is growing so well. If you want to know how to help the channel grow a little bit faster, a little bit better, get us into maturing the YouTube channel so we can do coffees and member content and super chats. Our next benchmark is the number of hours the channel is watched. We're just past a third of the way there. In a week of just reminding everyone, that number has jumped up probably 10%. And it's every little bit of what you're doing there. If you've got an extra device, turn the channel on from there and let it play on the side, and just leave it on in the middle of the room and wander in and out as you go through your day, and those little messages will reach you as they need to. We're reading from the vocabularium, consulting the Oracle of the 11th Collegiate Edition of the Merriam-Webster's College Dictionary. Yeah. Let's see. We might get that dictionary out and do some flipping around when we get into some questions later on. What are we doing? We're up in the A's. Agon, conflict drama between main characters. So we've got two protagonists here. Or two, the Agon is between our protagonist and antagonist. Two main characters. Somebody is very rudimentary, but they are, the ABCDarian is our word. And then aboriginal, first or earliest known of its kind in an area, indigenous Aussies, in contrast to colonizers. So our three-word combination in here is Agon, ABCDarian, and aboriginal. A conflict between the original peoples, rudimentary, kind of, they're some conflict about an original idea. This might be some copyright issue. First or early of its known its kind. Somebody taking credit for being the father of some kind of movement. Somebody trying to take credit for leadership that they didn't earn from like talking about like the OG, or I was with them since they started the company, or just taking credit for the origination of some rudimentary part of some foundational piece of something larger. Absolute ceiling, the maximum height above sea level. A plane can maintain horizontal flight before it runs out of enough friction to maintain lift. Occultarian. A cultural modification. I'm sorry, the word is acculturation. Again, I'm getting this, trying to take credit for like cultural appropriation. Abbate of or relating to the abbey or an abbess or an abbot. Somebody may think that you're, like adopting religious rites that don't belong to you. Yeah, ablution, the washing, you're reaching for purification from something that, yeah, but the conflict about it. Somebody has a problem with the way you spiritually cleanse yourself. Somebody who thinks that they know better than you about the purification process. That they were in this like before you ever heard about it. Afferent, bearing or inducting inward. Yeah, something about the impulses toward the nervous system that control the nervous system. Balmoral is a round flat cap with the top projecting all around. Bearing or conducting inward like the nervous system, impulses toward the nervous system. A round cap, something about the brain waves. Something about your aura. AFL-CIO. So something about, I always get them mixed up with the American Civil Liberties Union. Absolutism here. Something about a political union, or there needs to be some teamwork. I'm going to double check that. That's bothering me that I don't know right off. I'm just going to double check the initials. AFL-CIO. The American Federation of Labor and Congress of Industrial Organizations. Yeah, so that's the union. There's something about somebody thinks that their organization holds authority and you're usurping for your own spiritual use, and they don't like that you are making use of, I don't get that you're trying to use their name, but that you're claiming some affiliation that somebody's being like a know-it-all about. Like, I don't even think that they're in it. They're not even a part of it. They're just saying, you shouldn't be doing that if that's what you're saying you are. There's a Karen about your spiritual practice, and fuck that. It's your spiritual practice. And by the way, Karen probably doesn't even know where her butthole is. Yeah, fuck that. Somebody giving you a hard time. I mean, we got the whole mental health crisis happening. Don't talk to me about what's happening between your ears isn't valid. Everybody. Oh, it's a ballet, a devotee of the ballet, somebody that loves to do the freaking dance. And they're claiming a larger affiliation, authority of something that they don't even participate in. Back of the house, privy house, they're name dropping on you. And agratum, or agratum, I got agratum. It's Greek, ageless. Annual tropical American composite herbs often cultivated for small shady heads of usually blue or white flower. Agratum. Annual tropical American composite herb. Somebody is got some kind of herb concoction, some kind of like their purification or your purification. It's like it's back of the house. It's nobody's business. They want to know what your secrets are or what your secret blend. What's your super secret? What kind of, let me audit your super secret stuff and find out exactly what you qualify for, what you're allowed to call yourself. No, that's a big fat no. No, because all they're doing is just trying to come and aura check you. Is that not the most ridiculous thing? Like, I have a hard enough time getting people to actually keep their freaking hands to themselves. Like, in the real world, real hands. And you want to come up and freaking aura audit me? That is insane. That is insane. No, that is the lowest vibe vampire shit I have ever heard. Let's see. Babarusa is a great big Indonesian pig. And then senectitude, the final stage of a normal lifespan. Your time is over, Karen. No more negging. We don't do that shit anymore. You don't get to control other people. You can control shit, man. You don't even get to control what's going on in your body in this country. Man, you're free to die. That's about it. You're free to die and you're free to spend your cash while you're here. That's about it. You're free to spend your money on shit you'll never get recompense for. That's about it. Yep. Total obliteration. Total obliteration. I think we're seeing a massive crash in cultural capitalism. There is a big return to spiritualism here. There is a huge movement of reclaiming Christianity in this country. 4444. I mean, as much as that's being pushed as the national religious representation is white Christianity, which is bullshit. There is a huge movement for people to reclaim what that means, because even that has been You know, we're so far past the Jimmy Swagger days where it's send them your money. You could at least turn the TV off to another channel, but this has just been too much. So people are reclaiming what their spirituality means for the individual experience. We're having a spiritual existentialism happening, which, you know, follows the spiritual dystopia. Yeah, this neurological PTSD, ADHD over narcs and empaths, and the biological, the human experience kind of thing, outside of temptation, outside of Bible activity and miracles and interpreting like what's happening. Can I pray to anybody? Is there anybody out there kind of stuff? This is getting down to the brass tacks of why people are spiritual to begin with, and it's to cope with the human condition. It's to cope with having to deal with other humans. What is our collective experience? How can we understand why we're here and why I've got to put up with this suffering? And where does this suffering come from? Other people. When we talk about civilization or people or society, we're not talking about dogs and cats. We're not talking about lions and birds. We're talking about the animal that is human being. So you're starting to see some elevation here. Some people are grabbing onto what they feel themselves to be better than this shit. It was 46. Moving away from this be best mentality to be the best that you can be again. Remember when that was our country's Army's motto? Be the best that you can be. Even if you didn't join the military, civil service, a sense of civil obligation. That was, everyone could participate. Everyone could find the best version of themselves through these actions. Yeah, we're seeing a big power exchange here. Yeah, so part of that previous down was about this societal cultural appropriation kind of feeling, this hijacking of a sentiment. Okay, what else do we have here? We're talking in my head a lot about the lack of cooperation being sourced around the starseed jumping out. People not wanting you to be. It's not enough that, oh, you don't get to be an empath. They don't want you to be sympathetic. There is a power here that does not want you to step outside of the autonomous self to exercise empathy. They don't want you helping each other. It should tell you the exact power that you have as that individual walking around warm body carcass you have to these people. It's a big message here about knowing your worth to your enemy. You can be humble all day long, but you better know that people are coming at you because they want what is valuable about you. Yeah, about helping yourself here. This is about against these powers of not temptation here, but calling in Saint Mike or Saint Benedict for protection and warding against evil intention. Letting these people get close enough to swipe some, getting down low in the DMs here. Not bothering, it's like spiritual DMs are not, they don't do it with words, they do it with these, getting like, testing the fences. Testing the fences. When a creature will walk around the edge of a boundary and tap here and tap there to try to see if anything's broke down or if anything is a weak spot that they can conquer. Okay? You may have somebody that's just seems like they're all over the place in their approach to you, and it's because they're testing your fences. They're testing your defenses is what they're doing. They haven't attacked yet, so you can't call it that just yet. Cancer here, or yin yang energy. So some like normally duplicity would come in as a dark Gemini. That duplicity, kind of a liar on the face. but it's coming in with demon energy, and the dark DM's coming too. So there's some, what? Oh, there's our, oh, there. No, I rebuke. Yeah, so there's a pair here. A dark and light pair here, yin and yang. It is a demon form split between a Virgo in strength and a Libra in weakness. And I don't care. I don't really care. Talk amongst yourselves. Sounds like a personal problem. Yeah. Don't bring that up in my house. Don't bring your personal problems up in my house. I don't want to know about it. I don't need to know about it. It ain't none of my effing business. Don't bring that up in my house. That's what my daddy told me. All right. Let's continue with the read here and get into some other energy, or just see this is what's going on in the background here, because what I'm getting from you is that, yeah, there's no room here for that. There's no room here for that. It's not an issue. It's not a problem. But what I am getting is they're having to work it out amongst themselves. And they're bitching and bitching and bitching like brothers. And they want you to come in like the sis, like the big sis, and dominate everybody and put everybody in their place. I'm not your mama. 5151. Work it out. Work that shit out. I don't want to be part of your pissing contest. Put your dicks away. There it is. Having a sword fight. About strength and greed, materialism, arrogance. Yeah. They're dicking up on each other. Playing alpha male. Stupid shit. They're fighting over a girl. They're fighting over a girl. Or it's two low vibes fighting over one of our tribe males. So you're done with it. This is like the drama, the freaking drama, the illusions, and it's all purposeful. It's all just petulant. I mean, it's not even petulant. It's like you're done and you kind of feel trapped. Not that you've been ignoring the warning signs, but I mean, you are in this moon about it. It's like that. So it's not, this doesn't have anything to do with me. No matter how much they say this is about you, their conflict is their conflict. Their conflict continues when you go, they're going to keep going when you leave the room. So just Irish goodbye that shit. And they're going to peter out. And what's happened is they've petered out. They went about their business. They split up. They did their shit individually. They keep running into each other. They've built a life around their ongoing, repetitive, maybe they meet once a freaking decade. But they've maintained that is the definition of the other person in their mind. They groom that and have groomed and maintained and petted that. Somebody is, these two people are living rent-free in their head about you and have brought you into some fucked up little three-way conflict with and they've been living this fantasy out for over a long period of time without ever seeing each other and without ever seeing you. But that's how they define themselves now, is in this triad conflict. It's got nothing to do with either one of them. If they met and one of them just like, hey, how you doing? What's it? Like it never was? Like they've got something better to do with their time and energy? Like, it's a non-issue. It's a non-starter. Let it go as like it never was, and it'll never be. Yeah, there's a greediness here, wanting, they can't let go. They can't let go of this ego. They can't let go of it. They just can't let go of it. And they're going to die on that hill. They'll die on that hill. It's just lame ass shit. Drama. Drama. You are looking for peace and release from anxiety from all this shit. Just quit talking to me about it, man. Quit fucking talking to me about it. I'm done. That's not my problem. Stop dragging me into your bullshit. Stop dragging me into your bullshit. It's spiritual stalking, man. Somebody has disinherited themselves from the whole thing with a sense of responsibility. So it's like, hey, I'm going to be the grown-up here. Peace out. That's where you're at. Let me solve your problem here. We don't have a problem anymore. See ya. Come near me again, I'm going to make paper. Yeah. So we can go, yeah, they're done. You're done. Moving on. Crossing the river. Transition and moving on. Moving on. I can change. Hey, man, look at this shit. Here we go. Here's a download for you. There's change and adaptability. And I can find another way to do this. I don't need your permission. I am here whether you are or not. So I don't need your permission for shit. I don't need your permission to exist. And I can go do that anywhere. And if you're going to be a pain in the ass here, I'll go find something else to do. There is some resistance to change here. Because these people just have a lack of it. They don't have any imagination about anything. About life, about the world. Their world is so tiny. They're wrapped in drama and suspense and anxiety all the time. They probably live on a small town rumor mill. They have no sense of themselves outside of their, I don't know, like 12 miles and 20 years west of Atlanta. It just like, it doesn't matter where you put these people, they're always going to have small, petty little lives. Because anything bigger, sense of responsibility, sense of participation, sense of community, sense of global outreach, it's just too fucking big and scary. There's the Hierophant energy here. You've been able to I can't. You've been able to transmute this. Okay, you're the Hierophant here. You've been able to, although you had no input for why or how you should not live that way, you transformed yourself into a life force, 5757. Refusing a tower moment. That tower moment being die inside and become a clone of that. The homogenous consumer. You can take all of them on. Then you're not this card of valor, and it's not a card of like toughness and scared and I'm gonna do it anyway. No, this is just like, why are you guys putting up with this? Why are you doing? That's all you gotta. I gotta go. I gotta go, right? So there's this greed and materialism that you just come back around again. You look at these people clinging to vapors, just clinging to vapors and dying, becoming vapors, becoming the vapors they cling to. Whew. This is giving like left a small town and went to the big city and like went and made a fucking life. Went and did shit. Went and became a contributing member of society. Come on, get off your fucking couch. This is like dying at grandma's house, you know, staring at the hard candy. Yeah. Yeah, somebody is stuck in the country. This is about discovery, getting away from the smoke and getting some fire in the belly. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. It's wonderful to have you here. Look, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you can join the chat. We'll be coming into a personal questions segment here at the end of every live stream. You're coming into your, like, your pimp pusher energy without you being an asshole. Like, you're ready to rough the boat, but you're not a predator about it. Like, you're coming back, like, somebody is coming back home. Maybe you've come home for spring break and you are returned to sender. You're coming home for spring break, and I recommend you watch that Pauly Shore movie about him coming home. Meet the Parents. That was a wonderful coming of age movie, and I think somebody needs to watch that here. It was like, came out in the 90s. Pauly Shore at his peak. He starts out in the he's a college RA that's like, he's got like 12 minors and he's been in college for 7, 8, 9 years. And he is just, yeah, you know the deal. Pauly Shore. Yeah. And his supporting actress has a little wooden carved pony. Then she came from a farm, and her grandpa carved a little pony for her to sat on the front porch and whittled a little horse for her to take to her dormitory, and that set everything off. Okay, so somebody might be stepping back to clear your head. Hey, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we're doing a live read. And anytime wonderful new things happen. And find a way to binge watch the channel. Put it on a backup device. Double hit that screen so you hit that like pops up there. But hit that like, share, and subscribe. So this return to sender, the spring break, you don't need a reason to be happy, but you are stepping back to clear your head a little bit. This is a fail for you. Somebody's having that sensation of you can never go home again. What is that? It's just an exercise. It's part of life. Someone's having some coming of age issue here. It might be a young adult. You're done with something. You feel like you're finished. You're satisfied. Something was exactly how you didn't believe them, but when you went to execute it, when you went to go do the thing, it was exactly as hard as they said it was going to be. It might have been a very dark place for you, like you might have, oh yeah, homesickness. Yeah, so this is somebody returning home from a long away. I'm getting to when my ex-husband was deployed, and the homesickness dig deeper here. So you might be a veteran that is deployed, or we're talking to our struggling ICE agents, because this whole job of being an ICE agent right now must be cruel, demoralizing, not having anybody want you or like you or welcome you, and people being so determined to have you leave where they are and to just be so vehemently unliked. It must be stressful. You know, the really best thing you could do, there's no way to win that. There's just nowhere to win that. Think of it as any other job where you were just hated that much everywhere you go. How long would you stay in that job? Come on, what money is freaking worth that? Come on. That's why you don't do telemarketing or freaking door-to-door shit anymore, or that's why you don't do any more marketing jobs where they make you stand outside and talk shit and like spin a freaking board. All of this has been a bad misdirection, hasn't it, ICE agent? This has not been, it has been just like full. Starting to have some questions like this. I was lied to about this. This is not at all my Leo. You might have thought you were making 150 grand when you took that job for training in Florida, but it's just not. When you work for the military, or even if you were kind of like You were a mercenary. You were still kicking ass, and you knew who the bad guy was. But here, this is not anything like. This is so messed up. This is so messed up. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. Thanks for coming. Hit that like, subscribe, and the share button. And when this goes into publication, like after the fact, when you're scrolling through and leaving your comments, scroll over to the side from the comments button and hit that hype button. While you're here in the chat, somebody pump me on some emojis and get me some hearts and thing, and every little engagement helps the algorithm for the channel, gets it in front of more people. So that's some trumpets in the chats. Let me know you're out there. Give me that one hundo. Hi everyone, it's wonderful to have you there. I'll give you shouts out here and see who's in the chat when we get around to personal questions in just a little while. Stick around through the end of the stream. Okay. What's going on here? Okay, we got Virgo popping out. Is that Virgo? Whoa, okay. Okay, calm down. Capricorn is very upset about being seen as having a need, having a very hard time. Something in the next 24 to 48 hours. All right, Cappy, slow down. And I am everything I need. Cappy's going to have some kind of medical emergency, and they're going to be like, damn it, don't talk to me like an invalid. Something's really going to trigger for Capricorn here. A dark Libra or a Libra that's struggling to manifest and is stuck. It can, this Libra is a seer, but can't manifest anything more. And so Libra, you've been blinded, and you might be going to a Capricorn. Libra, if you're practicing some darkness or you're in a dark place, you're going to be spiritually blinded. I am guessing that someone, a Libra, very close here, is going to have a brain event that will affect their vision in one eye. Something about the backup is here to help. Don't worry. You've got some backup here. But Capricorn is not going to put up with any panicking. Capricorn is not going to put up with any anxiety from you, any panicking from you, Libra. They will cut you right the fuck off if you cannot control yourself. What does Libra need to do? What is Libra doing? I don't really care. My Libra has been kind of pissing me off lately. Somebody's had enough here. If you've had enough, holler at me in the chat, or holler at me in the chat and let me know what you've had enough about. You don't need a reason to be happy. Like you've had enough of somebody trying to get you down. You're a freaking star seed, and you will blast the freaking shimmer on them if they don't. You need some fucking room to step back and clear your head, or you're going to knock this person. You're a star seed, and you're going to knock this person into last Tuesday. You're going to back them the fuck right up is what's going to happen. What's going on here? Yeah, this dark Libra is being reminded again. That's why they can't get anything done. That's why they can't get anything done. All right, I'm going to switch my glasses up here. We're at the top of the hour, over the top, so we're going to start taking some personal questions here. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. Thank you for joining me. We're in the end portion of this live stream, and as per usual, if I can hold out, if we haven't had any massive download events here, then we'll be able to take your personal questions at the end of every live stream. Let me get that pop out fixed up here. I can see everyone. There's a pop out here, but it's not the right one. There. Live chat. Live chat. It didn't catch up here, so let me see. Pop outs. Pop out chat. Boom. There you guys are. Hi. Hi, this is terrific. Let's give a quick shout out here. And where I jumped in, you guys might have been chatting well before this, and my view here is just now catching up. I know it is. So nice to have you here. Brenda Molnar, hi, nice to have you back. Melissa Faircloth, hi. Joey Spins, wonderful to have you. Deheshan Govinder, hi. Kayla Woodford, Dinky Love, and El Holdedor, wonderful to have you back. ¿Cómo estás? Okay. So get your question in the chat there and let me know how you're doing. Nancy Wallace, hi. Hi. I'm going to just check and see how much of that caught up. Let's see. Was that? Yeah, that's the top of it. Oh, El Holdedor, hi. Mi corazón. Let's see. There's a Cancer here. Thank you. Everybody's waking up in the chats. Yeah, double tap that screen. Hit all those hearts and emojis. Let me show you how. I'll tap it from here. Got the one hundos covered. Just tappity tap, tap, tap. If you'd like to make a financial contribution to the channel, send your 30, 50, $100 over to the Venmo at Angel Radio Tarot until the channel matures through Venmo or through YouTube. And how do you do that? You can do that by binge watching the channel to get us to the next benchmark of the watched. There's like however many hours that the channel has to be watched. We've already hit the number of subscribers and the number of shorts that are out there for you. So enjoy the channel as much as you can. If you got a backup device, hit a long playlist there and just let it play in the background for you while you do your chores. If you're on your smart device, a tablet, a TV, you can go to the channel and hit play mix. What else we got going on here? There is Cancer and Capricorn, a time for meditation. There's a dark Virgo that is still in hiding with a dark Pisces. I'm getting that there is a little bit of side action going on in the background. Cancer and Capricorn. You are the respective individuals from two different relationships where these two people are your partners and they are actively cheating on you. You are just now starting to come into conversation with each other about this. I excel at most everything I do. No, you don't. Not with this. You need some help. You need to team up. Be cautious that you are not going to get into a vengeance pattern. Yeah, no secrets here. No secrets here. Don't do stupid shit. Don't go doing stupid shit. You'll handle it properly. Put your questions there in the chat and let me know how you're doing. Something about some sympathetic boundaries here. Yeah, you definitely need to get some help here. The two of you need to step away from handling this alone. Get a third party, a lawyer, police, investigator, somebody, anybody, a clergy, somebody third party. So one or the other isn't 10-1-4-1-4. Be caution that if this goes on with just it being the two of you keeping this in some meditation, you're going to get into some hanky-panky. And then one of the two of these are going to want to get you to start thinking about unaliving these two. Some vengeance plotting will happen. You get a third party involved because one, this Cancer or this Capricorn is going to get in over their heads from a... Yeah, it's going to turn into a broken coven. Urgh. It's going to turn into one dude and two chicks that are fucking fucked up in the head. Yeah. Melba Torres. I don't know if this is your read, man. El Holidor. Full moon today on Palm Sunday, and the Hebrew calendar, and the Jesuit calendar, and the Christian calendar, and the Tauric calendar, or all of the freaking calendars are lined up. We got 7 planets aligned. This is a massive, and then we just had solstice, just a massive, massive spiritual event happening. And if you do a little bit of research, it's the last time we had this kind of alignment was several thousand years ago, when people left the woods and started getting into agricultural. Civilization made that jump from being hunter-gatherers to being farmers. And I wonder, let me tell you, who was the farmers during hunter-gatherer times? Who would have been the birth? Who would have birthed that concept of, no, I've got shit growing here right now so that I can eat and feed your children that you haven't seen in 3 seasons. I'm not moving. We've got shit set up here. You're not taking me away from the rest of my village here that we all raise our babies together. You're not taking me out of this and then busting us all up to God knows where. We actually have a freaking farm going on over here. We're staying right the fuck here. Let me tell you, every time you come home and you want something to eat, and why we've got clothes now that you've never seen, it's because we're over here doing some shit and you're off running around in the woods, pulling each other's pud, playing golf, fishing, no responsibilities, just fucking off and thinking everybody else is sitting around waiting for you to come back. Somebody about this, there is definitely an off-planet mood here that is the freaking cavalry that is going to save this whole thing from total obliteration. This dark Taurus bull energy was a bunch of future faking. We're getting into some cosmic changes here. We're getting into, the gender civil war. The feds are here. So we're going to see all the players here about who's involved with this big cosmic change. If you are a half rational mind and you can map out where the conflicts arise from for our current situation, know that there are people that are dedicated to understanding how these changes that seem so obvious to you are affecting all the big money shit. They've got a full-time job figuring this shit out, and they've got people there that are just as cunning and analytical and dedicated full-time big money job at it. 1-818-18. Fuck around and find out. If you're an independent, maintain that. I am obliged to no one. Let them have a job. I don't work for them. Don't bother getting into that dark Scorpio energy. You're obliged to no one. If you're a seer, and, keep your independence, man, because you don't want to work for these people. They get into some big shit. They get into the big shit. And when you don't perform, or when you don't satisfy, or when you get into some shit that's way out of your pay grade, you become one of those loose strings. Yeah, stuff goes on in the background and you become a problem. Even if it went well, you're still a liability. 11919. Yeah, these DMs, it's all about, they can make you go away. They can make you go away like that. They can come to your house. They don't need a fucking warrant anymore. They're not even pretending. You stand your ground, keep your door shut, don't open your door to anybody. No screen doors on the front porch this year, guys. Not till we get this wrapped up. Because they'll walk right the fuck in. They will walk right the fuck in. There's some low vibe demons here. So this is giving just evil fucking muggles. Cruel people. So if they are not demon works, then they are humans that have been corrupted until they can take off on their own. And they're vampires and they're zombies and cannibals. And they will use the legal system. They absolutely will use the legal system to do it. Something here about the legal system here is all wrapped up in this low vibe demon shit. Now, the legal system I'm talking about is not the court system. It's not due process. I'm not discounting at all the rule of law. I'm talking about these things that go on, that the rule of law doesn't exist for this level of shit. Every law is evidence of a loophole being closed. Something came to the people and a judgment had to be decided because the people couldn't decide among themselves how to do it. So somebody said, no, I'm going to get somebody to fucking decide this shit because I'm not satisfied with how that went down. And if it's viable, it goes through the judicial system and it gets decided. And then that's how it is from now on. We already made a decision about that. That's called precedence. This shit has no precedence. Or it has no legal precedence. It has, until now, our culture has not allowed us to even talk about these things. So we have no legal precedence because no one's ever been able to even bring it up into conversation of, hey, this happened, something happened in the last 30 days that brought something to light, that brought a massive legal change, that brought somebody's non-corporeal. Okay, so in the last 30 days, something happened on the spiritual realm that's going to be affecting the judicial system incorporeal. We're going to be getting some massive precedents over something that has occurred in the last 30 days. Somebody under the influence, potentially under the influence. Hi, Nikki. So a muggle that was seduced into believing that he had powers. It may be a dark Scorpio, or is a dark Scorpio that did this grooming. And a dark Sagittarius. These might be a pair of adults that were grooming a child, a special talents child, or tried to get their, thought they were grooming a special child, and that what they were doing was grooming an ordinary child intensely through a special skills program. And when it was discovered that they might not be a special child, they kept pressing and pressing and pressing until they may have even broken this child's mind into having some special access. I'm getting foundlings a lot today. So a lot of discussion has been around the communion of foundlings. Gen X foundlings specifically. Yeah, that's your legal obstruction. There is definite alcohol involved, and this is not a deception. So there was some legal formation, like maybe a company or a business or a legal entity that was created for this, and that was definitely an illusion. That was an intoxication, so like a cloaking that was not deceptive technically. So I'm getting I'm getting a shell company that was recruiting, that intended to stay in the dark, was trying to conduct some kind of purity mission, some kind of pure intention, some kind of, we're back around to that, people wanting to play like they're superheroes, moonlighting. But they had pure intention when this, like a program or some kind of company that had some kind of directive that was very much driven by feeling. I mean, like they meant well. Someone's trying to communicate to you definitely that they couldn't talk to you about this spiritual mission that had to happen. They had to employ people that were not under the influence, that were not special people. They weren't even earth angels. They had to get people that were willing to work in the dark. So these are not nice people. There were some legal obstructions. There were some conflicts about the legality of this. So yeah, it wasn't technically, but it wasn't, there was definitely some cloaking involved due to these legal obstructions, and the exposure in the street as well was a big drive in keeping it remain hidden. So there was a risk of players or ops or people involved that would have been exposed if it had been publicized as what they were really doing. It's giving a lot of Men in Black energy. Okay, so we don't have any questions this evening. We're going to draw to a close. I am Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. It's been great to have you here, and closing out this Palm Sunday with you. I am very pleased that we were able to get through this No Kings weekend, and all of the citizens came away from there without, from what I can tell that yet, I haven't seen the news in a little while, but without any battery or any assassination. So, yes, mi corazón. So, keep up that good power and that good energy and that positivity, and proving that the people can govern themselves peacefully with absolute passion. I'm so very proud of everyone. Thank you for being here. Have a great evening. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. Take care. We'll see you next time. It seems we've stood and talked like this before.